Previous lecture number 7, we have covered all the coding and development part of controller and viewer in codeigniter. And in this lecture, there is something little bit things left, and I will set those things first, and in the end part of this lecture I committed in last lecture, I will summarize all the development I have did in lecture number 6 and lecture number 7. So please stay tuned and keep with me. Here I have opened my login system. This is the front end, obviously, which you carry from last 6 lecture. And let's open our Dreamweaver, and this is our view file login, and this is our controller file, and this is our the main dashboard. I didn't did anything of main dashboard just to redirect my controller to dashboard, just so I didn't design it here, but for simplicity I keep it simple just to give you example. So there are something little bit things left. First one, I want to show a favicon icon right there. So this is a image of Xampp server. I do not want it. I want my favorite icon, any icon, any image that you maybe in a PNG form you can display it. First thing, and second thing, we have created a error list just like that. We didn't check it yet, and we create if the user is not exist, show that error, and if the password is incorrect, show that error. So we have created these error lists but not yet display where to display in our view file. So we view this error list and checked all the functionality again by giving a wrong password and a wrong username. And third one, we have not created a logout button. This login system will not complete unless we create a logout button here, and when we click on logout, it must be a session will be deleted, removed, and it should be a logout. So these are the main things. And fourth one, I have to adjust this layout, and last previous lecture try to it but not cover it. So let's first from change our layout. I want to this my panel to left, so it becomes easy for me. It's too late, but maybe I think I should fix it. So go to Windows, and there is an option of workplace layout. All the options are available, and which one you like. So the best one is for the coder and coder plus. So these are the options. I will choose my coder it. You can choose any layout that you suit, you choose it. Okay, let's do select coder. So it's like that. Now it's shifted, my panel shifted to left. So this one is okay now. Okay, and the other thing, let's start from our favicon icon. I have simply image in my Xampp htdocs, and our login directory. In download directory, we have a directory admin_css and image folder. Image directory, in that image I have copied my favicon icon. So we will show in our browser. Minimize it. Okay, come here, come to title. Under title, let's start link, aria relation icon and hrefs, browse it, and it goes to your directory, which is a default directory selected in previous lecture. Okay, favicon, okay, and close your element, and remove these directory paths from here. We actually have a base URL already set, so print it $php echo base underscore URL mark and that's it, and Control S. When you save it, go to your browser, refresh your page, and you could see we have a favicon icon. This is simple as that. Okay, when we log in, and this icon will show only on that login and view file. It didn't show on, it will not show on our dashboard. When we go to dashboard, see on the Xampp server. Copy this code, go to dashboard file, under title, heads tag, paste it, Control S, and let me change my dash and title name to dashboard. Save it, go back to your browser, refresh, resend, and you can see we have changed our icon and title name. So we have set it, and after that we will show our error list. So we have set in session the error list, one if our password is incorrect and one if our username does not exist. So all these login error in that session, when we call it, so it will show the error depending on the check, on the username check and on the password check. Okay, so go to your view file under form, create a div element class. Already we have set a separate class which will show a dotted line at the bottom, and under that div print your error list, php echo base underscore URL close parentheses question mark and all that. Why I am typing base URL? I think now. Why? Not yet. So let's assign this session flash data, and under that flash data give you a string login underscore error. Control S, I think we should, okay, let's check. Go to your browser, give a username Rana, submit it, nothing to show, and if I echo this session, okay, give Rana, username Rana, password nothing, and when you click on login, yes, it shows Rana does not exist. So that's that separate div with separate class we have created with in CSS. We have created this bottom line border bottom dotted, so it shows the Rana does not exist. First one is completed. Now given a right admin username right admin and give password wrong password 1 2, suppose I give it, and when I give it, so it shows password is incorrect. Now we have fixed our error, and we have checked our error list, and we have seen it where to show it the error list. So this part and our icon part is completed now. Okay, let's move forward. One more thing remaining I didn't show. There base URL yet. Question mark echo base underscore URL question mark enter. Okay, control S, then you go back to your browser and see there is now a localhost login, which is our base URL, which we have set in a config file, and localhost where a base URL is localhost and login directory, main root directory. Okay, one more thing, when we click on this link it goes nothing, it's go nowhere, so there is a hash sign. Okay, come back and remove this hash sign and print PHP echo base underscore URL dot give the directory name admin, under admin there is a login controller. Okay, and end statement question mark or and PHP. Save it. When you come here, okay, we are here. I refresh your page. I think okay, refresh your page again. Okay, when you click on it, now you can see it goes admin underscore login controller, and under controller login we have a view which is our username password layout. Okay, now third thing we have fixed it, given our base URL name and this icon set, error list set, and now we have to show a logout button when we give a right username and right password. Again I will show you the if you give a wrong username and password is correct, it shows Rana does not exist, the error list. Okay, give a right admin and password and click on login. We have on now our dashboard. Under main dashboard we have to create now a logout button. Logout button under main dashboard, simple, create a link, under that give that logout and link hrefs where it goes to PHP echo base u underscore URL close state function and statement question mark and base URL dot give this string where it to go admin, under admin directory there is a controller login and there will be a method or function logout. Control S, save it, goes to your browser, resend data, where there is a button now logout. When we click it, So it goes to a login controller, and under that there is a logout method, but we have not created yet a logout method, so it shows 404 page not found. We come back to your Dreamweaver and go to your controller class. Here we are in our controller class. Now we will create a function named logout, and comment it logout. Okay. $this session unset underscore unset what to set user data, set user data and unset user data. Give the string of this session, that session logged in. We have make it a set it to in a session, and a session will keep that string. Okay, which is string to unset that string, logged underscore in, and unset that session user data. Okay, after that redirect the user where base URL and base URL dot directory admin, and redirect base URL dot admin directory. Control S, go to your browser and move that logout, excuse me, refresh, keep right credentials, click on login, and we are on our main dashboard. And now just click on logout, and there is a base URL admin something, maybe some code something going wrong. Okay, because we have didn't write the parentheses there. Save it and refresh it. Okay, come back. Click on logout. Yes, now we have logged out. Our session has been removed, and the username that was in session, we are just unset our session and we are removed. Again we check it, admin, username, login and dashboard. Click on logout, you will be logged out. And now the login system, with login and all that, and with logout page is completed. All we have did is now complete. Let me think, is there anything left? Dashboard, I think it's completed. Login. Okay viewers, we have completed our login system. Now let's go through what we have achieved and what we have created in all these series of lectures. So in a nutshell, I will just take 10 to 15 minutes to explain what we have achieved and all that. Main things I have to do, I have to tell you the flow of the controller and view. This is the main thing, and this will become the summary of my all the login system. So just start from our view class. So we have created a form, a main, 4 divs, all that CSS, and you can see in my previous lecture. But the main thing is the concept. What is the main concept of everything? So main thing, we have created a form with two input field, one is the text and other for password, and one button, submit button. When we click on our submit button, so this form will submit all that data, username and password, to the form action, the action we have given to form. Where it goes, it will go to admin and login controller. Under that controller login, we have a method login user. So action form action tells, this action tells the form where to submit your data. So when the form receive from data input and it submit our main controller login under the login user. And when we receive data from form, here is our controller. Okay, so form will the data will receive under that method login user. So before that, let's go through our controller class, which is, we have created a class. The first letter will be, must be a capital letter of your file, controller file, which is, where it is, yeah, that's it. The first letter of that class will be a capital letter. Okay, class we have created login class. We extend it to our CI controller, the parent class. Login is the child, CI is the controller parent. We did that practice in every controller and model. So from that, we have first we have defined the base path and exit node that. So it's advanced thing. I will tell a little bit about it. If the base path is not defined, it will be any config file. We have defined our path. So if it is not defined, so it shows the message to other directories. It will not show any other directory to create it or anything else. And constructor class and parent class, the constructor, when we create every function in that controller, this constructor and will load everything in that class. Simple as that. Okay, when control shift to, when we click on our form login, and by default when we show to user a login form, when we call the controller and that admin controller login, under that there is an index function which loads our login PHP form, which is that it is the same as when goes to our admin directory, and when we call our admin directory, there is a login index login controller, and login controller will show this layout index. Under every index we will show the default file that we want to show. Okay, so we receive two input data fields, one is password and another is the username. When we receive the two fields, we kept in a variable we have create two variables we have created, and we first check, we retrieve all data from our database through our model class, a common model. We have created a common model in a model class there, which is that I open it. Okay, so we have used that method. We created the get yes, this common model reference to get record where all from username is equal to that username we have received from form, and obviously we have set an active field and 1. So when the active field is 1 and username is equal to that username, and it will kept all the data in that query. Before that, I explain now the common model. We have created a model which is linked with our database with controller. It will retrieve all the data from database. So we have a function get record, and we have created our variables. We will map these variables to our login variables. It will map all these, and let's make it get here. Okay, so select from table name, and call name is the column name of user, and where username, that we have this username, this is the column name, this is the username that we are accessing from input. So here, if username in that column is equal to that username, this is what we are explaining. And second column name active and where 1 is equal to 1, it will map those values. And after that we have used our active directory coordinator this db. This is the directory select all from this select variable. We will write this variable in that, and this db from table name, and this db where username is equal to this username, and the column name active is equal to must be a 1. And after that we have get function used in db coordinator to get all data from the db. This db get all that data from that, and we keep that data in a result variable created, and we have returned this result variable to of that function, this method. When we call this method here, we will retrieve all data from database and we will give it to a query variable. So we want our record just single record, that's why we use the coordinator function row. It will give you a single record of the retrieved data, and we have with the same data we have now in a new variable row. All the data we have in a single row, we are now with the new variable row. And now we have performed some checks, if checks and else. And the first check is if query number rows greater than 0, if there is a record in database. Number rows is the function in coordinator to use to calculate a total number of rows in the table. So if it's greater than 0, then do that. If not greater than 0, then we have created an else, some instruction in else error list, that username does not exist, and redirect that base user to base user the main login page. Okay, if there is a record. And now the second check is we have performed there a password. That password we have in our input field and we kept in password. So if that password we have received is equal to comparison operator and equal to, that variable row will call the table fields row reference to that user password, and which is in our database. So that reference is equal to that password. So what to do? Create an array. We have created that session array, and the field we have retrieved from database. So we reference them row id and keep create a string id and username. That's we want two fields, username and id, and both these fields we want to kept in a session, and where we call the session according to that string. Maybe it be a username or maybe it be a id, any one of them. So we have created our session array, and now after that array we have created, and now we have created now session. For sessions set user data, and we have called that array, and both these values we have in that array. So we give the name in a string logged in. So this is a string where we want to call it. In that string we have two values of session, username and id. Whatever you want to print, whatever you want to do with that, you can do that in your anywhere, because session you can use in view, in controller, everywhere that where you want to print that data. And when the session has been created, then this load view, then the user must log to a dashboard. No, if there is a user and there is a password and session has been set, and user must be set to a main dashboard. If not, then we have another error list, the password is incorrect, and redirect the user to main file. So this is the whole summary and concept of this controller class. And now we have today yet created a logout function. This does the session to unset. If you want to unset of session data, then use this function unset user data and logged in, redirect to user to main login file. So user now this I have summarized all my things in that lecture. I hope so you like my effort, and you will learn something new, or maybe something new, or maybe or not. And I definitely am harmful. You will learn a lot from that. My video lecture, I try my best to complete it in step by step. Everything I explained and did a practical implementation of everything, and I in to do that because you may learn something from it. And so that's why I didn't do any bugs which I face on runtime. A real-time bugs I have faced, I try to my level best to fix on runtime, and I try and I fixed all the bugs runtime. That's why, because you will learn a lot from my fixing the bad bugs in the real-time scenario. So thank you so much, and so please keep liking and sharing and all my videos, and do comments in my YouTube channel onlinerana.com. So once again, thanks a lot.